Hi there, welcome once again to the Dukascopy TV studio here in Geneva. I'm Ben Jones. Back alongside me from the greater Geneva Berne area is Philippe Monnier. Philippe, once again, it's a pleasure having you in the studio.
Good morning, Ben.
So, can you outline for us what cantons and countries the greater Geneva Berne area covers?
Yes, so we are the economic development of Western Switzerland. We represent 6 cantons, from Geneva to Bern, and everything in between. So it is Bern, Fribourg, Neuchâtel, Vaud, Geneva, and Valais, and we cover. We have 7 priority countries where we have people on the ground, but we cover many other countries from the main office in Switzerland.
Now, where do you meet the companies you manage, and how do you attract foreign companies?
Basically, we meet the owner and senior manager of target companies. I would say anywhere. We meet them in their own countries, we meet them in other countries when they travel. Sometimes we meet them in Switzerland. We attend exclusive events. Sometimes we make our own research and we contact directly some people. We have a lot of what I would call informal partners. It can be a law office, let's say in the USA, helping US company to go abroad. And we use a lot the alumni network from previous companies and previous universities.
Okay, now this is a question that not many would want to answer, but can you give us an example of activity for which you're not well suited?
Now, it's a good question because we target some type of companies, some company we consider to be promising, and then we target where we can add a lot of value. But there are a lot of activities where we are not good at. For instance, we are not a low-cost production country, so this is a typical type of activity. We would advise a company to go to another country. We would advise to a company to go to another country.
Okay, now you've said that you sometimes invite companies to make evaluation visits in Western Switzerland. Can you outline a bit of what these are and the purpose of these evaluation visits?
So when we meet the company normally abroad, the first step is to discuss strategy, what is best for them. Is it better to acquire a company, to have a distributor, to start a greenfield? We have a lot of discussion. The second step is to invite the company to our area, to Western Switzerland, to some of our canton, and we make an evaluation visit, or they will evaluate us during, let's say, 1 to 3 days. They visit about 1, 2, 3 cantons. And basically, we do what they feel would be useful for them to help take a decision. We organize meetings with, for instance, a university professor related to what they do. We show them some available lands, some available offices. We organize meetings with the head of cluster organization. We organize meetings with the government authorities. So basically those visits last about 3 days per company.
Okay, now do you target any particular sectors or functions?
We basically target where we can add a lot of value. It means in terms of function, normally centralized function, typically European headquarters, European sales, worldwide intellectual property management, high-tech production. In terms of industry, we also have a number of clusters that we target, particularly life science, microtechnology, clean technology, information and communication technology, and so on.
Okay, now with Switzerland not being a member of the EU, what does this mean for international companies? Is this a positive, is it a negative, or is it a mixture of both?
I think it's an advantage. I mean, politically, of course, we are not a member of the EU. However, economically, we are very well integrated into the EU. And if you look at the typical Swiss company, its main market is the EU. So we have a very strong integration economically, also technically. We largely follow the technical norm of the EU, like the CE mark, but we also shape a lot those technical norms.
So how difficult is it for a foreign qualified employee to gain a working permit in Switzerland?
If the employee is from the EU, European Union or EFTA, there is a free movement of people now, so it's very easy. If the person comes from outside those blocks, Europe, in this case he has to apply their quotas. But if the person is qualified And if there is a real project, it's very easy. We never had a problem to get qualified people having working permit. And when we will have quota in the future for Europe, it will be the same.
Fantastic. Philippe, once again, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you to you.
And thank you for watching. Do make sure you keep clicking back to Dukascopy TV, as we'll be bringing you plenty more updates and exclusive interviews. Bye for now.